Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. John Oda, and thank you so much. It's been a very long time, so let me give you a recap of who I am. I'm author of two books. One's called Connecting with Your Teen, and one is called Life's a Garden, based on my father and his garden. I also have 35 years of mental health experience, business coaching for 25 years, so I combine the two. But here's what we're going to talk about today. The risk of being your teenager friend. I've been hearing this at the gym all the time. Everyone's saying, I should be my teen friend. I should do this for my teen and everything else. And I think that they're they're interested in thinking. Let me explain to you what my belief is. So I come from a family of 10, right? I'm 8 of 10. I'm the baby boy. I have 6 sisters and 3 brothers. And by the grace of God, and only by the grace of God, my parents were married for 67 years before my dad died 9 years ago. Mom died 5 years ago. But growing up, I was never friends with my dad or my mom. That was literally forbidden, which I really do appreciate that. Fast forward 40, 50 years now down the road, people who are my age are having kids. And of course, their kids are having kids by now, right? What the challenge is, they want to be their kid's friend. So my advice is never be their friends. You can be friendly. And let me explain to you why. If you are their friends, you're going to do stuff for them that you shouldn't be doing. You're going to tell them secrets that you shouldn't be saying. You're going to break that boundary that you have with a parent and a preteen or as a teenager. I had a couple cases when I was in mental health. I used to work in Michigan City, is Indiana. I worked there in Chicago, Illinois, where I think Forest Park it was. And we had residential, and we had outpatient, and we had the regular unit. Worked in Portland, Oregon, worked in Vancouver, Washington. I worked literally all over. I worked outpatients, inpatient as well as my own private practice. So I understand the field extremely well. But here's one of the biggest challenges that I had in my 2 cases was. One of them, this lady was, her son was a foster child, but the daughter she kept as not a foster child. Interesting, right? What she would do is, she would tell her daughter everything about her dates, about her sex, about everything else. I mean, literally more inappropriate than you should actually imagine, right? So the daughter grew up acting like, hey, I am the chosen one, and my brother is not. Right? Of course, his brother went to the foster care. I worked with him, and only by the grace of God, and only by the grace of God and his hard work, the kid right now, he's a commercial pilot, master's degrees, he's doing extremely well. Now, the sister, right now, she's not. She just graduated high school. She graduated high school. I think she's living with a guy that's 50 years older than her. And my biggest thing about it is because the mom was her friend. What she should have done was be friendly to her, give her advice, give her feedback, right? Because you cannot be your child's friend and have them be successful. Because you break down all these completely barriers. You break down all these rules. The second case that I had, I was in the state of Oregon. We had this one woman, a young woman married to this older guy. She was probably about 40, 38. He's like 65 or 70. But she had a daughter. Her daughter was, and this guy was rich. He had crazy money. But she wanted to be her daughter's friend. So she'd have parties at the house, drink at the house, smoke weed, the whole 9 yards, right? And when she walked up to me, I told her, listen to me, that's not the way you do it. Your job is to be friendly, not to be their friends. Because when you're being your friends, you're going to break every rule possible because you want their approval, because you want them to, like you. I'm really happy that I grew up in old school ways. My parents didn't really care if I liked them or not. They had rules, and I followed the rules. They said, listen to me, John, your rule is you go to school. That's your work. You go to school and you get to great grades, X, Y, and Z, and if not, we need to renegotiate this stuff. But those are rules. They're not friends to me. They're friendly to me. So let's take this story. So one day she had this big old party, and she told her mom that she liked this kid. He's a jock or something like that, football, basketball, whatever it was, right? It was so long ago. But the story I don't forget. So what took place was she did what she had to get done, and stuff took place which shouldn't took place. She got drunk with the kids. The kids said, "Oh man, your mom is so cool, man. Your mom is so cool." No, that's not cool. You're 40 years old. These kids are 15 or 16. That's not cool at all. It's not cool at all that you haven't drinks and having weed. At the time, weed was not even legal back then, right? In some states, weed is legal right now, but in that it wasn't that legal. That's not being cool. That's being stupid. But again, let's move forward. And what took place with that, right, was after the night went on, the little girl got, they got sleepy. The mom went to bed because she was drunk as hell. She woke up with that boy inside her bedroom. Yeah. And the parents was irate and mad and pissed. The daughter could not stand her anymore because she wanted to be a friend. She didn't want to be her parent. And that's what I'm saying. It's like the outcome is to be your kid parent, not to be friends. Friends are going to cross the line. When I was growing up, I was never my parents' friends. They were friendly to me because when I did something wrong, they gave me a consequence. Right? Now, back in the day, they gave me a switch and I danced all the way through. But honestly, I deserved that, everything of that they gave me. And I believe that was necessary at the time. Today, in this age and age, you can't spank your children, which is interesting to me. So you can have them, you can feed them, but you can't discipline them. I was brought up in the old school days. You spare the rod, you spoil the child. Today is a little bit different. But now, if we take that same, if we take that same strategy, spare the rod. If you spare the rod, you spoil the child. If you can't spank them, there's something called behavior modification concepts, meaning take away their cell phone, put them on a level system, which is really, I do that with all my children that I work with, put them on a level system, right? When they do something wrong, you have them do essays, strategies to figure out why they're doing it. If they're too young to write an essay, you make them write lines, right? Whatever it takes to move forward. You can give them timeouts as well, but timeouts depends on the kid. It's not going to work that well. And if the kid does not respect you, so there's 3 types of leadership of that in like every family of that I work with. And imagine a clock, and you got the 12, you got the 3, and you got the 6, right? At 12 o'clock, that's the leadership role. It's right there. At 3 o'clock, it's the friendship role. At 6 o'clock, it's the joker. So here's the biggest challenge. When a preteen or a teen runs a house, the preteen is the leader. That's what it is. Either mom or dad is a friend, and then the other one is actually the joker. Now, could the parents get back that household? Yes. The reason, a way to do it is being tough love. Let me explain to you. Tough love is being tough love, but tough love, you still have to love the person. I see so many people said, "Oh yeah, I got tough love, tough love, tough love." No, you don't. You only have tough love. You're only being tough on this child. Where's the love part? The child need both. They need to have the rules being set and sound, which I normally do as a level system. That is absolutely right, and it's great for them, right? Most parents, they're only tough on them. What about the love part? What about caring for them? What about loving them? And I think that's a lot of times with parents that I work with, they forget the love part. They want to be tough on them, oh yeah. And some can't even be tough on them. It depends on their personality, right? My parents, when I had to get tough love, they're great at it. But then again, heck, by the time that I was there, I'm number 8 of 10, right? So so they had their whole game down pat by now. Here's what I'm telling you, right? The risk of having your child as your friend is going to cause a lot of challenges. The boundaries with older people is going to be different. He's going to start calling them by their first name than Mr. and Mrs. I've seen it so many times. When I was growing up, right, I would call my friends found me, it was Mr. Mitchell or Mr. Baker. I call them it was by their name. This day and age, these kids want to call me by my first name. I'm like, wow, really? What happened to the discipline? What happened to the respect? And then what I find out, and I do another series on this one, but I found out that this Instagram stuff or the TikTok stuff, whatever that it is, people are looking for likes. These kids are looking for likes. And if they don't have likes, they feel like something just hurt them. And I'm like to myself, are you guys kidding me, really? But I guess that's our society. When I was growing up, we had MySpace, but I had MySpace when I was maybe late 20s, early 30s, right? And we had Facebook like in my 40s, right? It was crazy, right? Now, when these kids don't get enough likes from their posts, they feel like they're not more than. They feel like they're less than. They have the self-esteem issues, the depression, the suicide thoughts, the bullying. And I'm looking at this because before I got into business, I was doing private practice. I was doing my teen program. I would do more like immersion, a weekend program with me, right? And I would have these kids do board breaking and mission statements and communication skills and work on the self-esteem and the light, and the list goes on. And I had a 90% success rate, meaning that 90% of my kids, they graduated. It could have been trade school, associates, bachelor's, master's, PhD. We even have MDs. I mean, we have lawyers, we have social workers, we have nurses. I worked with over 100,000+ kids, which it's a complete blessing. But what I see right now is the same patterns taking place. The only different pattern is we have social media. And social media is hard because the kid can be a popular kid in the world, or the kid can get bullied. But then ask the parents, are you looking at their cell phone, figuring out what apps that they're actually working on? There's a lot of different scenarios that's not actually that's taking place. So here's a question that I have is for you. If you have a teen, if you have a preteen, how's the preteen doing in school? How's the grades? How's the interaction with the teacher? Who is the favorite teacher? Are you asking them these simple questions, or are you letting them just run the house? They are the leader, and you're the friend, or you're the joker. Since we had COVID, these kids are going through a lot because even we didn't know what was going on during COVID. Now these kids are trying to learn what's going on. They're in a close confinement with their mom and dad, and the relationship could be sour. Everything could be taking place. These young children have really a hard time. So when I decided to do it again, which I've been doing for the last 35 years, I decided to start doing some business, some life coaching, some family coaching with parents, with teens, show them how to become a leader. Because the outcome that we should have is have our teen become a leader. When they become a leader, everything else changes, right? Because my goal is about is when they become leaders, they know how to communicate, the confidence. They don't really care about the Facebook posts. I mean, they might care about it a little bit. It's not going to be like the world to them. I know some of these kids, when they put up a post, when someone don't comment back or anything else, man, they get mad, they get depressed. I'm like, wow. It tells me one small thing, their self-worth is not where it needs to be at, right? My number one goal is to give back again. I probably do some webinars, some seminars, some training, because I know you, like me, you want your kids to be the best. You want them to have the opportunity to grow and for them to do what they should be doing, not hoping and wishing, hoping that they actually just succeed, right? Again, though, my name is, guys, I had a blast of a time. If you go on my website, I have a website, and my website it have all my services on one website. It's called drjohnoda.com. On one side, I have parent and teen stuff. I have a lot of teen stuff, a lot of leadership programs for parents, the whole 9 yards, right? And then on the other side, I have my business stuff, like the leadership, the executive business is coaching, the life coaching, and all the products and stuff that we sell, right? My biggest goal right now is to work with teenagers, work with preteens, work with parents, enhance their skill set so they can function. So because our teens right now, that's going to be our future. And we don't give them the tools that they need, it's going to be messed up. I remember I saw an ex-patient that I worked with. Oh my God, about 20 years ago. And she said, you know what? The stuff that you taught us 20 years ago, this is what folks paid thousands and millions of dollars for, and you taught us. I said, yeah, because I said it because we don't teach our teens, our preteens what's going on. We don't teach them how to love themselves, how to communicate, how to do any of those small things. Who's going to teach them? See, school is great. School teach you, high school teach you different things. When I was growing up, I didn't have confidence or self-esteem. I had to really work on myself all the way through. I had a severe stuttering problem. I couldn't say my damn name. People called me retarded, and I'll get into my story the next time, right? But it was crazy. I had to really constantly work on myself. So that's why when the teens say they have depression or these crazy thoughts, I've been there and done that. The only difference was I found out solutions to actually work toward those things so I can get better. So anyway, guys, again, though, my name is Dr. John Oda. You can reach me at www.drjohnoda.com, or you can give me a call at 833-375-6466. Guys, take care. God bless. Bye for now.